Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. In a few moments, I'll be sharing an unpopular opinion from the Netflix show Love is Blind Season 3. And I know some of you who've watched this season are looking at this picture and probably thinking that I'm crazy for suggesting that Raven and Bartise should have gotten together. But I promise that the longer I talk on this topic, the more sense it'll begin to make. So please, sit back, buckle up, and prepare to agree or disagree with my opinion. Season 3 of Love is Blind came out a few months ago, and over the course of the first few episodes, cast members Raven and Bartise formed a solid connection, and the future was looking promising for them to say the least. Then somewhere along the line, Raven decided that she wanted a man that could respect her mind and challenge her intellectually, which ultimately led her to kick Bartise to the side and accept SK's marriage proposal. Bartise, on the other hand, had a solid connection with Nancy, and he decided on proposing to her. Now, Nancy is physically stunning, she's goal-oriented, has amazing conversational skills, and she has a sexy side to her. But sadly, Bartise took one look at Raven after the cast members got a chance to meet, and Bartise realized that he made a mistake. And as amazing as Nancy was inside and out, Bartise simply wasn't as physically attracted to her as he was Raven, and this was something that he couldn't overcome. On the flip side, Raven was hardly physically attracted to SK when they first met. While the other couples were holding hands and kissing during the meet and greet, SK and Raven were acting as awkward as humanly possible. One could argue that they were acting like a brother and sister that agreed to go on a blind date. Now, when Raven finally opened up to the idea of marrying SK, there were certain cultural differences that prevented SK from truly believing that Raven was the one for him. Now, some folks out there would suggest that SK's cheating on Raven also played a factor in him not wanting to get with her. But I don't think that SK really cheated on her. I think that SK exercised his options until a better one was available. And like the saying goes, it's not cheating if you're not married. But with Raven and Bartise failing to get married to their matched partners, one has to ask, what would have happened if Raven and Bartise actually matched? Well, in my opinion, for one, if they matched, there would be absolutely no issues with mutual physical attraction. I honestly think that Raven is the type of woman that Bartise would walk barefoot to Walmart in the middle of a snowstorm to pick up her feminine hygiene products. And in turn, I think Bartise is the type of guy that Raven would gladly get pregnant for. Second, I don't think that Bartise would have had buyer's remorse, because he would have seen the other 4 women and thought to himself that he was the luckiest guy in the world being matched to Raven. And because of this, Bartise does not go into self-sabotage mode with the goal of getting Raven to break things off before marriage. Third, Raven wouldn't have had to encounter any cultural differences with Bartise and his family. And as a result, Raven could feel free to be herself around Bartise and not question her own reality. Fourth, I doubt that Raven publicly discloses her stance on the topic of abortion, and because of that, Bartise and his family don't go in attack mode because Raven has a difference of opinion on the topic. And lastly, I think Raven could have had Bartise so whipped that he would have been searching for her in the middle of the day with a flashlight. I believe that Raven could have challenged Bartise to be the best version of himself, and Bartise would have risen to the occasion. I think Bartise would have done anything and everything to be with somebody like Raven, which ultimately means that Bartise isn't out here running the streets and being reckless because he's got to make sure that his queen is good. Now, I know that this will never become a reality, but this match makes perfect sense, and I truly believe that Raven and Bartise could have been the first power couple that had gotten married from Love is Blind. But that's just my opinion, and I would like to know what you all think about this. Do you believe that Raven should have taken a chance on Bartise during their time on Love is Blind, or do you think that it would have never worked? Feel free to leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.